Welcome everyone, this is me, Intellectual Beast. I'm here with, Leafy is here with me.
Nope. Nope. It's not me.
Leafy, why are you being like this?
I didn't even know that he sounded similar to me.
He does sound a lot like
Sorry, that makes it sound dickish. I didn't know I sounded similar to
I didn't know he sounded like me.
Yeah, fuck him, right? Thief.
So, the reason why we're doing an Undertale podcast before we even do the Undertale playthrough is simply because I started an Undertale playthrough beforehand by myself.
You lost the other podcast, that's pretty much what happened.
Well, I mean, this will be the second podcast. Because it turns out you should never transfer Audacity files because it does not keep them in the same order. So all the AOPs...
Audacity is our audio program for those of you who don't.
Yeah, we use Audacity, whatever. It's a good...
For now, as of right now.
That's what we need. I mean, I could go get like...
It's free, and it works.
Sony Vegas, you can get like a cool audio program that comes with it.
Is there anything better than Audacity that's actually worth it?
Worth it? If you want to go like crazy... I mean, not crazy, but if you want to like step it up, you could just get the Adobe audio program that comes with like...
Because I think most Let's Play channels use Audacity.
Yeah, no.
Slyfox Hound in his prime
because it's not a heavy program.
Does Game Groups use it?
They did it at one point, and 2% Play use it.
So if they're using it, I assume it's pretty good.
But they don't use it anymore. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, what do they use now?
I don't keep track. So anyway, back to the end. Doing it again. Back to it. So yeah, I was doing a solo Let's Play of Undertale at first.
And then I came out near the end. I was like, hey,
this is my channel, bitch. And I'm like, no,
that looks hard.
Basically. But I found that my commentary wasn't up to snuff. It wasn't really...
It's getting better, though.
It's definitely better,
It's basically your first playthrough.
It's not like it was terrible, but it was different. Not the format I wanted. For me, like, it became a lot more mellow than I wanted, more satirical type of format, or like a lot more banter. This was like, it also got more opinionated and personal, I feel like, which is, it's something I do enjoy in other channels, but for me, I didn't want that to be the case in this playthrough. So I decided that I'm probably just going to throw up footage.
Undertale's hard to do.
It's because so many people know about it.
I think we've done a good job with Undertale. I mean, we're not golden, but I think we had the right method. If we were more experienced, it would have been a golden Let's Play all around. I think Game Grumps didn't do a very good job with it. No offense. Because they tried to make way too many jokes. They weren't looking into it very much until the very end, pretty much. I don't even know if they finished Undertale.
That happens to me a lot with with this format, right? There are some moments where I don't enjoy like stupid comedic commentary because
I prefer if they took it more seriously.
Imagine if you took all the like Metal Gear Solid moments, like they were extremely serious and very emotional, and you just started saying
two
stupid
best friends style. It's like, aha, she did.
Not even, but be like, shit, but
okay, stuff.
Which is like some of the commentary right here, and it's just like, come on, man, you're wrecking this moment, and I also want to like have your actual emotion towards.
You can still be funny in a sad moment, though. It's just not like that.
Sure, but
you can just be like, oh, damn, that's enough. That's enough to be silly, but not too silly.
Just to show like some connection with like the scene that what it's trying to provoke from you, and like.
I mean, you're their lens.
You're immediately cutting that off, like what the developers tried to do in the game, and you're just immediately cutting it off like that. It's like, oh, okay, just say fuck you to the game developers, which I know people aren't trying to do, but they kind of
trying to be funny.
It translates out like
they're trying to be funny and thus entertain their audience, but they're not actually. I don't know if it actually works.
However,
I just don't.
I'm not speaking for the entire community as a whole. Yeah, exactly. Like that's just my personal preference.
Do whatever you want to do, whatever works, whatever makes you laugh. I mean, that's how it works.
So
that's just my.
Because I didn't really enjoy my commentary, I decided that once I decided to bring on my compatriot, Dylan Rabbit, which is what I should usually really do because we are going to do probably solo Let's Plays for maybe specific games that maybe we know very well, or it's just a game that game genre that we usually play and could do pretty well.
I'm thinking of doing Knights of the Fallen Empire, though don't quote me on this because...
It's just a thing. Yeah, it's a possibility.
It is... It's an MMO, right? So I'll have to do a lot of cutting, and it'll just be like the highlights and shit. More, cause
I can't really watch MMO stuff.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I hate combat in MMOs most of the time, except for Elder Scrolls Online. But everything else I hate in that MMO.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, combat's good, class building is okay, everything else is shit. And it's the opposite for the MMO that I'm playing. It's a Star Wars game. That's the Fallen Empire is good. Everything else is pretty much shit. This is the only good thing that's come out of it after 3 years of it being not terrible, but not living up to the standard.
Exactly.
Star Wars fans had in store for it. It's, by the way, SWTOR is the sequel to KOTOR. Yep. Okay. So it takes place 300 years after the events of that. Whatever. Don't. Star Wars is really has stupid ass timelines. I'm not gonna bore you with them. I'm just saying as a little interesting tidbit.
I think you're a little Shovel Knight amiibo.
Oh yeah, I'm using that for my D&D character. Yeah,
you're telling me about that.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna say this just so you can live it down because I don't know if Chris still believes this. Did I yell at Chris at this? Okay, point being.
I don't know.
Amiibos are like $15 right now. They're not hundreds of dollars.
12 to 15.
Yeah, and people are like, Nintendo hates money.
Hates money?
Yes. Nintendo doesn't hate money. There was this huge import
issue?
No. Yeah, that's basically what it was. An import issue.
It almost kind of felt like an embargo in some cases.
Yes. I can't remember what. There was a protest. They wanted higher wages, and they held all the storage inside, and thus it couldn't get to the US, and they were like, fuck it, we'll just make it in Japan. Because we're not losing money after this. Also, all we can do is wait it out. Nintendo of Japan can't do shit.
Yeah.
Or just Nintendo, I guess, because that's their headquarters.
Nintendo.
And then when it came through, no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
People were like, they hate money.
Yeah.
But by the way, shame on you. No, actually, no shame on you if you fucking oversold those things. I don't know.
Anyway.
Do amiibos actually do much? I know that the Shovel Knight amiibo can,
do the
two-player thing. Which I can't use because it's on PC for me. Oh, what time is it? Skim 45? I mean...
No, shut up. It's not funny, but it's funny somehow. It was really cheesy, so it got me. But screw you. Okay,
Oh my god, I thought it was 6:45 for a second. I was like, oh, it's so close.
We have too much fun together.
Sorry. So, Undertale.
Why is this becoming like the last podcast we did? This happened the last time.
Because that's what happens on
we try to
podcasts.
focus on one specific topic, but we keep tangenting off.
So the Undertale...
So, for those of you who somehow don't know anything about Undertale,
it's been everywhere.
Undertale was made in a game maker, for instance, to start off. Which is, you can get it for free. Yep. You can get the free studio thing. You can make a game like that in Game Maker for free, like if you know what you're doing. And of course, the main developer was Tubby Fox. I mean, that's all I gotta say. Okay, bye. No. And as you know, I think it got kickstarted in 2014, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's what it got.
And it took about 2 years to create. Came out... It did come out 2015, right?
Yes.
It came out 2015.
It came out
September?
last year.
September, right? September,
yep.
I think. Yeah. And what can I say about the game?
Well, there's a lot because we're making a podcast about this.
That's true. I was one of those people who, when I first heard about Undertale, I luckily was not someone who was spoiled very much about it. So I think when it first came out, I heard about maybe in October, and I was like, oh, what's this game? I think I heard a few Let's Players and gaming people talk about it, and luckily they weren't just throwing out spoilers left and right. So I got into it around that time. I don't know about you. You said you finished the game far before me.
Yeah. So the way I heard about Undertale was a song. It was Death by Glamour, and I was on a Tumblr page. And that song was playing, and I was like, where the fuck is this song from? Because I loved it too much. I always paused it because I don't like the Tumblr music, except for the guy that I go to now, but he's the same dude. Anyway,
Okay.
or she. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I don't
Right,
care.
yeah.
I assume it's a guy.
Okay.
Anyway, I looked up the song, saw it was like an old game, and I was like, "Is this like an old SNES game?" Right? Like, and then
I
I
can see that.
I looked it up, Undertale. No, that's not what happened. So what happened was,
I lied.
I was like, yeah, it's an old game. I should lie about how I played it as a child or something, and fucking yell at people that didn't play it or something like that. Hey, don't lie. People do that shit.
Yeah, okay.
I won't actually do that.
I think
Point being, I saw Game Grumps, and I was like, that was the game. That was the fucking game. That was the game. So then I played it because I was like,
oh no, you skipped that. No.
What?
Just a shame of you.
What? So then I played the fucking game. I liked it, and I played a mercy run because it was easier. And then that's it. And then I played a pacifist run at some point.
I think another, just to add on, when
I will never play a neutral run because why the fuck would you just go to the Undertale world and just kill Papyrus and be like, fuck you?
okay, so
Like, it's such a.
I'm gonna like cut this into a spoiler warning. So this part right here is when I make the spoiler warning. So this is Undertale podcast, obviously, so we're gonna be talking a lot of details about the game. So of course, spoilers on a lot of things. We're gonna be spoiling stuff about characters, spoiling stuff about
So people can die.
yeah, about sequences. We're gonna talk about stuff about certain sequences in the game, story progression, all that jazz. So if you somehow don't know anything about Undertale, I'm definitely someone who's really, really into not spoiling anything, and someone
is true.
and the idea of you going blind, that's even better. So just play Undertale, please. If you don't know anything about it, just play it.
It is. It's like $10 on Steam, guys. Just fucking go out and buy it.
Yeah.
It's not a long game. It's like 6 hours.
Yeah, on average.
It's harder if you do the genocide playthrough though, because eventually you gotta kill. Can I say spoilers?
No, that's funny.
Eventually, you're gonna have to kill a person that's a fat skeleton. I can't say his name because Ryan won't let me say his name.
Spoilers, you said skeleton.
He's a fat skeleton that may not actually be a skeleton.
He's a fat pig. He's just a pig. No, I'm just kidding. I won't go that heavily. But let's start at first. You were talking at first about how it looked like a NES game, but
Yeah.
it was a simple RPG, and the Toby Fox had worked on.
It reminded me of like a Microsoft game.
Oh yeah, a lot of
and,
people were like saying that as well, like DOS
And an SS. Yes, DOS. Yeah, those three things. It was one of those really old-timey games. I thought it was going to be like one of those 1-hour games that was like super easy and you talk to people.
Yeah.
Now that's what it was, but it was 6 hours and had a little bit more in depth about it.
And it was great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But
And wasn't made in the 80s or 90s.
like you thought it was. What works well? So yeah, going to our style, like it was appealing pixel / like kind of DOS.
It was a
style.
blend of all three systems done completely well together. It didn't feel forced very often. It was very, very, very well done.
It was all cutesy. The only real thing, I didn't like the very first area very much. It's just the color they chose. I didn't like very much.
You mean all black in the first area?
No.
And a lone
The ruins.
flower?
The ruins. It was just like this paint.
Oh, that.
I don't know. It just was like it popped out way too much to me. That was the only real gripe I had about that.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
But character sprites translate well overworld and in battle. Like you can still get good animation from overworld sprites, even though like they're pretty simple. I think what was interesting too was it was a choice to make the overworld be colored, but then keep the battle sequences white. So
Really? That happens?
you played the game.
Oh, I thought you were saying there was a decision. Because it's typically all black in the fights rather than white.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Like all the sprite work is primarily white.
Oh, okay.
Except for specific things, which we're going to. So that could be, just going off the idea that when you spawn, it's an RPG, so you can kill monsters. It's an RPG. When you kill like a monster, it becomes like white dust. So it just could be more easily enforcing that idea. That when like the dust it dissipates in the dust, it's like it's already in that form. So that could be one of the main choices. But because
This game's super clever, by the way.
definitely, because it has like the awesome dialogue and like interaction of characters that like. Because Stubby Fox did work on like an Earthbound hack. That was like a Howling hack. We might play that. Actually,
there has to be Earthbound hacks.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. And
I don't know how good they'll be.
Some of the stuff from Earthbound inspired Undertale, and a lot of stuff that came from that hack, like the song Megalovania, that is Sans' music, came from that. It was actually that music that was transferred over.
It's like one of the best fucking games.
I know, right? Getting the music. The very first song I heard from Undertale was the song for Asgore's fight. And I listened to that a lot. And when I didn't know anything about the game, so my image of Asgore was completely different. Like, it was so stupid.
Well, first of all, Asgore is kind of stupid.
I thought Asgore...
He's a dog king.
He's a goat.
Sorry. Goat king.
He's one.
Tutorial. Anyway.
Tutorial. But my imagery, because like I thought he was a wizard for some reason. I thought he was a wizard and he had stupid robes and he had a stupid wizard hat and he was just a regular, like, he was, for some reason,
I am Asgore!
The first image that popped in my head was him having like the stupid like cone wizard hat and like robes, and him looking like a really realistic goat.
That sounds like a fucking what's it called? That sounds like a Sierra game character.
It does.
I am Dorps the wizard. Arf
This
arf.
guy was pretty lame in my head. And he was lame in my head, but he was really cool, really well designed in the game, of course. But his game.
Flowey is the best designed in the game, though. I'm just kidding. It's just a flower.
them pedals though.
Them pedals. Those graphics. Also, this game has amazing graphics. Just kidding. I like it. 16. What do you think the resolution of this game would be?
It depends on what sprite we're looking at.
That is true. Overall.
I think the sprites in the overworld were 16 by 16. Maybe 30.
A little more than that, but yeah, I think that'd be around there. Nothing super realistic.
Hyper realism. Favorite soundtracks, I would say I liked the entire soundtrack. I still listen to the Undertale soundtrack.
I like the dog theme.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And of course the little white dog is like Tubby Fox's little avatar. Would you say avatar?
I guess that would be.
It's supposed to be respite.
Does the poop actually do anything?
Yeah.
We're in the spoilers areas.
Representation areas.
What are you talking?
I couldn't say that
Death
word.
by Glamour is the best fucking thing ever.
You think that's the best song?
Yes, and it's tied actually. Magnum. It's with Sans theme and Death by Glamour. Those are the two ones I like. The other ones are just.
So there are two fight themes for Sans, and that is in
the badass one.
In the pacifist route, there's the fake song that you get if you try to fight Sans in the pacifist route, where it's like, oh, you want to fight me? Okay, and he won't fight you. He'll be super lazy.
I love it.
Yeah. So I actually like that song too. But I like, of course,
not the song. I like how he reacts to you. Huh? Who's dead? I don't even know what he says.
I like all the boss music. I do enjoy a lot of the overall music. In general, love it. It's good. It's great.
Very good. Oh, and he made it all by himself.
Yeah, one of his techniques was to simply make sounds into the mic, and he would go on from there, right?
That's pretty creative.
Well, I mean, like that's something I honestly would get into, like just making like a type of beat and then like kind of building upon.
I assume it's rather simple to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just hard to execute.
Mm-hmm. And he did that with most of the songs, and including Megalovania. He did that. That's the way he went about creating the songs. They're really good. It's good music.
Yeah, it's really good music.
And
the music also sets really good fucking tones to all the fucking boss battles. Like every time, and some of them I don't understand yet though.
Like Papyrus's music fits so well with him. I'm like, yeah,
that's
him.
Yeah, it's about.
That's hers.
It's like a Tetris theme.
Each boss fight music makes you hype for the boss battle. And all the overall music's done really well. It sounds like walk around music a lot of times.
This sounds like a game that was made in ancient times, the 80s. Put a picture of the 80s, Brian, please.
Check it out. Look at those stupid clothing. What the hell are they thinking?
It's us.
Look at those
what losers?
Look at those stupid douchebags.
What's wrong? And the plane.
Is there a plane?
Yeah, there's a plane. Listen. Audience can't hear it, but we can hear a giant-ass plane.
Listen
going
up, audience.
past.
The plane, I guess. So where did we leave off exactly? Do you remember from yesterday?
I have no idea. Somewhere in gameplay. That's all I
remember we were talking about gameplay. Let's see here. Well, if I remember, Undertale is simply, it's RPG, so it's still keeping up with that like overworld format. Usually, that's what you're exploring, but then it's two separate worlds, two separate worlds or displays where you have the battle sequences, which are very reminiscent of Earthbound, because it's like a straight 2D plane type of thing. And I do enjoy the bullet hell aspect, because that's kind of one of the main things that kind of bored with other RPGs. Like with Pokemon, it just becomes like you just hit buttons, right? And that's about it.
It's a little more complicated, and I haven't even played Pokemon.
I can't vouch for it, but it's a little more complicated than you think, Brian.
Hey, I don't know, man.
It kind of just becomes a grog fest at that point.
I know it's a grind.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
With this a little extra aspect though in Undertale, the little bullet hell type of dodging thing, it adds a lot more to it, of course. But it kind of gets rid of.
It also takes away from my soul, but that's okay.
It gets rid of that
extra part of your
turn-based
soul you need. Yes, thank you.
It takes a little chunk. Like you won't need this. You're gonna keep interrupting me like a combo.
No, that would be rude and mean.
No, I wouldn't do that. It's impossible.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking still find a way to say the same thing without saying that.
But it spaces out the turn-based aspect of it, which makes it so the turn-based just becomes so tedious. Mm-hmm. Because now
it gives you something to fucking do rather than just be attacked.
Instead of the enemies just saying "I attacked you," right, and you just kind of watch them hit you,
it's
or they
super
miss.
effective.
Now you're in much more control over the. It's not just RNG anymore.
Basically, you have to always be fucking paying attention. You can't just be like.
It makes you more engaged.
It's not boring.
That's
what I had. That's the best thing to say about Undertale. Undertale is not boring, but again, you have to lose a little bit of your soul each time.
Like,
it's like just a little bit. Like imagine if there were soul scissors. That's what happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And also, RNG doesn't really exist when you yourself are attacking. It's again you are in control, whereas like your own skill and your accuracy will help determine how much damage you do, and if you actually hit. It's not really based off like a random thing. Like, will you hit? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Like stuff.
That's also fair. Pretty much everything's you fail because it's your fault if you fail. I think that's something you could say about Undertale. Most of the time, you either were prepared, or you either dodged or you didn't.
You didn't know what was gonna happen next, and
that being said, there's a lot of bullshit.
What we've seen, we're like, just fuck everything. That's really true. I do agree with you.
Is pacifist? What would you say is easier,
pacifist
or suicidal route?
Pacifist.
Pacifist? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, okay. Now
I thought you were confused. Like, I don't do that shit.
Oh, did you think I think that far into
Listen, if a dog looks at me funny, I will stab it.
If a dog goes and eats a giant orb that's bigger than his body and walks away into the wall, I'm gonna freak out. I can never tell. I think I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, back to because pacifist, I feel like it's a progressional amount of difficulty. Because probably the bosses probably get harder. I didn't really feel it. But yeah, I feel like it's a very safe progression which you can learn really well. And it has a good flow. Like once you get to like the final boss, which is Asgore, Like I feel like he's a good difficulty scale. Like I feel like he's at a good level as to be the final boss in the papyrus route. I feel like he challenges you of everything you've learned because
one thing I never fucking got from Asgore is why did he like try to fucking fight our ass?
Because he needs that soul.
Yeah, but we spared his wife.
So
spoilers. Tutorial.
His ex-wife.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was his wife.
When Asgore was like, I need them souls, and then like Toro was like,
I thought he was a cool dude.
No, I mean his kid died. His kids died.
And
because of humans.
How old is this motherfucker?
Asgore?
Yeah.
Asgore's an adult, dude.
Huh?
He's like in his 40s, maybe.
Stop. Wasn't the war against humans like hundreds of years ago? How the fuck is a 40-year-old man? How did he die to humans?
He's not a man. He's a monster.
He's not a monster that's racist.
Asgore?
Yeah, he's a dog man.
It's a goat.
Goat, whatever. Sesame Street goat man. That's what he is.
So when your dog and a goat mom have sex, they make Asriel.
Flowey's just a piece of shit.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, with Asgore, I feel like he is designed really well to challenge you on everything you've learned because you have the blue eyes especially is a really great example. Like you've learned like to move and not to move, and orange and blue. Like that move in particular works really well with everything you've learned up to that point. But of course, I guess you could say that any boss. But I feel like he is an exemplary point of where everything you've learned, get ready to use it. And get ready to like own him, I suppose.
What about the final boss?
Final boss? Fuck that boss. But I guess yeah. If you were to say that, then I guess that would be a major spike. But I would not say that's the most difficult. Because I did not have as much trouble as I did with that fight that I did with the Genocide route bosses. With the Genocide route, I feel like it's just streamlined. Like there's no troubles for you until you get to a specific point, like midway through the game, and then there's a huge spike in difficulty.
They gotta fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like you're a douchebag for killing everyone.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like there's a huge spike, and there you go. That's it. That's all I got.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Let's see what else we got here. Challenging set RPG tactics and ideals. Yeah, that's agreeable.
What?
So the very story of Undertale is like the idea. So like I said back in other RPGs, like let's talk about Final Fantasy, let's talk about Pokemon, or like it's ingrained in you. Just like kind of like in Mario. Let's say like you play a game that's similar to Mario, you start reacting and doing similar things that Mario saw you to do. Grab coins, hit the boxes. Like if it looks similar, you're gonna start using innate traits and reflexes that you've learned over the progression of games over time that have been built the same way. But then Undertale is like, fuck you. So like, this is one of the reasons why, and this is still reasons why I still advocate you should not be listening to this if you have not played the game. For the love of God, if you haven't gotten this far, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Maybe they don't care, man.
Maybe they just don't care. But primarily, the game is best played without knowing anything, completely blind. Because one of the main aspects
that's gonna be impossible with everyone stroking their cock over Undertale.
I'm stroking it right now.
Yeah, I know we're stroking it right now.
Stroking
together. We're touching.
No.
They were warned at the beginning of the video.
What?
So we're safe.
Yeah, I guess.
We can jerk off without fear, persecution.
Without shame. So, exactly. Even if I know it's super difficult, but you know me. If someone can do something without being spoiled and this purity of just experiencing it without knowing anything about it, that's something that I adore, and I would love to see. Because I was spoiled a slight bit, but not a lot. And if I had, I feel like I would have had a worse experience.
I wasn't spoiled at all. I listened to one soundtrack, saw Game Grumps played it, and then played the game.
Here's a primary example. So Christian is not going to buy Undertale. because.
Oh, I thought you said in this podcast that he was thinking of playing it.
Yeah, no, this is afterwards because I asked him about it. Because this is part 2. It's been a day or so. So
what was his response?
I asked him about it, and he said, "I can't." He said, "I'm not going to buy it. I'm not really thinking about it." And I asked him why, and he basically said because he knew so many people who, like you said, stroking their cocks about the game, and basically could not shut their mouths about it. They could not. They wanted to talk about it. They were so excited, and they just wanted to talk with other people. They just spoiled a bunch of stuff about the game, like what happened, all the funny hijinks, all the small things that make it stand out, all the things you love about the characters and the dialogue. Everything was already spoiled for him, and he basically saw no point in playing the game anymore because he knew everything. It's like he already played the game without ever playing the game.
It's also like $10.
Not a lot. But that's a prime example of what I mean. Don't do that.
I do think that Undertale's a little bit more harder to spoil than like Life is Strange. Like I could easily like say how it ends, and then that's it. It ends with Chloe and Max going in a car together.
Licking that puss.
Yeah, basically. That's my headcanon.
This is off
They have sex in the car and they go to New York.
I'm gonna have to throw spoilers things you spoiled it. But look at that puss. That's the end.
That's the end.
But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Because Undertale.
I don't know why the fuck people spoil Undertale though. I think it's because it's easier.
I mean, we're doing it right now, which is why.
Is it?
It's not like it's
Not spoiling anything.
We've warned you twice already in this podcast.
What have we spoiled so far?
Everything.
Not much.
We spoiled final bosses. We spoiled fight progression. We spoiled.
Who's the final? It's Flowey though. They don't know who Flowey is. They don't even know what he looks like. They couldn't even begin to guess what Flowey looks like.
They look at the front page of the about to buy it, and then they see the flower, and I was like,
oh. Is Undertale just like text when it's sold? On the PC, is it just like text or what is it?
It has images and whatnot. I mean, it's on Steam, so
I should check.
You should check. Oh no, I need to look at the next thing. I mean, we're doing this genuine. We're not over list or anything. What? Who were we talking about before? Oh, right. Defying and about regular RPG mechanics. See it. Well, that's a simple thing, right? Like you go into the game, and you immediately take in all the RPG tropes and mechanics that you've learned over time by playing those type of games, and you play it like any RPG that you would. So I feel like that is such a great, genuine experience. Like the first time you go through the game, because you don't know the consequences or the ramifications of what you're doing, because you have been taught that that's okay.
I played the mercy route first.
You never give it a second thought, but no, you know.
Hey, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, I'm gonna kill the least people. I'm gonna see what happens. Mm-hmm. And I was tempted to kill people, but then later on, it was like, fuck it.
You've already gone so far, right?
Yeah.
Why even? That's respectable.
And I was like, is killing them the right option? Should I just murder them all?
There's something interesting about this game, right? There are two. So everyone always talks about the pacifist and genocide route, but the neutral route actually has a multitude of endings. Because
sorry if you can hear my
I feel
my
like
clicks.
I feel like it's fine. They won't really complain. There you go. See, shows you stuff.
So yeah, so it's just text when they sell it.
But they're showing you videos and stuff.
Yeah, well,
and look, flowers.
They don't know Flowey's a flower. Shit! Now we spoiled it for everyone. Anyway, what were you talking about?
Yeah. So I feel like in the game, the game was designed for people to come in not knowing anything, coming blind, and then maybe perhaps get a specific ending, neutral ending, because there are like.
I don't think it was designed with that in mind. I think it was designed just to be an interesting game where you had to think about shit a little bit.
I feel like that game works and plays better if you don't know anything about it.
That's true. I will agree.
Knowing about the game harms the game in some way. In some shape or form, even if you don't think so, I feel like in some way, if you know about the game already, it's like Flowey, right? Flowey got bored, and the reason why he became so malicious, and he basically didn't care about anything more, is because he got so bored and he knew everything that was going to happen, right? He went through all the possibilities, all the dialogues, and he went through all the different choices, messing with people, and soon he got just tired of it. He got tired of existence. You can correlate that with the idea of someone who's spoiled by this game. If you know everything about this game, you lose that extra joy. You lose that fascination with it. And I feel like that's a similar connection. Yeah, I'm not trying to give Toby Fox too much credit, because I don't feel like what if Flower is like, oh my god, flowers are cheap, blah blah blah. But that's a great example of that. Like, one of the main things is not knowing what's going to happen and to see the ramifications of your decisions. But if you already know it, it makes it flaccid.
That's about true. If you play pretty much any real RPG, and by that I mean not Dark Souls, no offense to Dark Souls, it just doesn't, your decisions don't matter in Dark Souls at all. I mean,
it depends.
Technically, the ending where your ending doesn't fucking matter has no effect on gameplay. If you chose I hope they do that in Dark Souls 2. But outside of that,
Dark Souls 2,
outside of that,
it does affect the world in ways. Like Demon Souls, there's a mechanic that basically is like that. It's like there's are you evil? What you do is, are you evil? Do you suck at the game? Are you evil? Or are you good and good in the game?
It's bullshit to punish people for being bad at the game.
Too bad.
So if you're good at the game and you do evil things, what does that mean?
Then you'll be neutral mostly.
But if you're bad at the game and you're good to everyone...
No, so it's like this. I'm sorry, I don't want to spoil Dark Souls too much because we're going to play at some point.
Everyone... You will die. That's the spoilers for
there
Demon
you go.
Souls. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Ah, my shoulder.
I'm sorry, the earthquake that Brian just brought down and I brought down, kind of hurt his shoulder.
Injured my No, this is off topic, but for some reason my clavicle bone right into my shoulder, it really hurts. Like for some reason, right where it's connected, if I move it a little bit.
Like I said, man, you need to use the Alexander technique.
Alexander technique?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Alexander, yeah, the Alexander technique.
I know what you're talking about.
We talked about it last podcast too.
What was it about? What was it about?
It was about Undertale, specifically.
Oh. What was it? I completely forgot.
So I'll say it again. It's Alexander technique. It's for the back. It's for breathing. It works. I don't use it though because it's.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I just need to say that to the audience.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about? You're crazy. I don't know. I think
you remember?
Maybe my muscles in my shoulders is weaker. Maybe I need to strengthen them up again.
Anyway, in a lot of games like Mass Effect, or Dragon Age, your decisions do matter. Dragon Age especially. If you know that I can't think of any spoilery things that would work. But in Dragon Age actually has real consequences. Even if Dark Souls had consequences, even if Undertale had consequences, means nothing compared to Dragon Age, because Dragon Age goes across games and goes to other bullshit, basically.
Oh, I see.
I can't explain it well. But in Dragon Age Inquisition, spoilers, I just have to, let me think. What happens? Oh. If the Godchild exists, then the location changes, the story slightly changes, and reveals more about the plot. Oh, and something else. Oh, what happens? I don't remember everything. I can't explain it very well.
But that you find examples that relate to it.
Basically, if you know what the fuck's gonna happen, it kind of ruins that whole ordeal. Because there are bad things in the game that do happen if you choose.
Which, that just happens in spoilers. It's just a thing that usually happens. A lot of people say they don't care about it.
Here's a good example.
Okay.
In Dragon Age 2, if you had bad influence with your companions, the Inquisition will suffer for it. They'll be more dicks towards everyone. They'll be less likely to side with your character.
Really?
Yeah, it's such a dick move.
That's funny. Okay.
And if you have good influence, anyway, sorry.
That's funny.
It's a little thing. I'm unsure if that's actually true. It's just been my experience with the game.
That's like the concept of you hang out with these particular people, and then you're those people suffer accordingly. So they hang out with you, and so they suffer. It's that person's a dick, you're a dick, and tangent. So going back to the idea of Toby Fox enforcing this idea of changing the way we see game mechanics in RPGs. One really prime example is the terms level and experience. Like the things with LV and EXP, we always refer to those things in RPGs as levels or experience. And then at the end of the game, but you can get this anyway as long as you just traverse the game. Once you get to a certain point, you will be judged by one of the Undertale characters named Sans, and basically he explains to you that LV and EXP do not mean what most particular RPGs usually make them as. So he makes them as LV as level of violence, which is kind of, and then EXP as execution points. And then like once you hear that, you're just like, oh my dick, like
just mind blown. Like,
well, like
also this is probably the biggest spoiler we could have probably.
Yeah, there it is. What did I just say? But this is something that goes well with it. Like,
leave people who have not played the game.
Please leave. Just go away.
You've been shot like by toothpicks. Now you're getting shot by bullets.
I am pushing you and I'm pushing you away. No.
That's a gun sound.
But you gotta think about it. Like, we thought of this thing like level and experience as a way of keeping track of our strength, our quote unquote experience over time as we go through this game. And now that they've changed terms, the entire aspect of what you've been doing has been changed. So level of violence, like the amount of violence, like as they directly say, how violent you are against others.
It could also correlate to how monsters view fucking people and humanity. Mm-hmm. So we don't view execution as bad, more as experience.
So yeah, we're just saying, oh, these are just creatures, right?
Yeah, that's it.
But
they're foxes. They're just game, and we kill them for sport. That's it, sport.
Mm-hmm.
No offense if you guys hunt, that's fair. As long as you're not like using AK-47s to hunt foxes, I think we're fine.
I think we're fine. But
90 foxes are dead.
That's a great way of just taking that perceived understanding of what those things mean and just flipping it upside down to like just change it in a way to like help push what you're trying to say and like and what you're trying to put in your game. And I feel like Toby Fox uses that really well. Like for me, I never thought about doing that. I'm like, whoa, you're so cool, fanboying over Toby Fox.
Toby Fox is clearly a fucking genius.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna make other games.
I hope so.
They're not gonna be as good as Undertale because Undertale is kind of hard to top if everyone has this huge expectation.
Exactly. One of the best ways you can actually make a game awesome for you is to just be mildly excited about it. Never be. If you're
mean have no expectations because the hype lies to your ass every 5 seconds?
The overhype. So like,
I hate hype for games. By the way, I don't fall for hype. Like I didn't fall for the hype of Fallout 4 at all. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm playing the other two games, and they're pretty good. Mm-hmm. But as of right now, Bethesda just isn't doing very good with their games.
So a good prime example of like people being very cautious about overhype.
Point being, I will say this one thing.
Go ahead.
You have to stop me for Elder Scrolls 6 because that's my only weakness.
I'm wondering when that's coming out.
Listen, this is the issue. This is the game that I actually will really care about. And it's like, you have to stop me.
I have to stop. I will.
You have to.
Like, for example, right now...
Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls is like something that is very close to something I will think about, but only when I'm talking to people who also play Dark Souls. Elder Scrolls 6 is something I would actually start a conversation with.
I'm glad you mentioned Dark Souls, though, because right now, Dark Souls 3 is going to come out pretty soon. April 12th, right? That's...
that close?
Yeah, it's very close for release date. And I'm going to go to my friend's house and play it. Never talk to anyone ever again. But, so, like, a lot of main YouTubers who, like, are very dedicated
this
to...
This better be the last game out of the record. Because I'm getting sick of this shit.
It is going to be the end of...
Is the flame bad or good? We don't know, even though we know that Gwen's a douchebag. It needs to... Spoilers. He needs to die.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to...
It's fine.
So here's what I want. I want the Age of Dark... No, I want the Age of Sorcery. That's what I want. Whatever that takes. Just everyone's a sorcerer.
Wizard souls.
Wizard souls.
Let me
Everything's super blue and shit.
Everyone has beards, even the women.
Everyone is... Hey, that's racist.
The basilisks have beards. All the monsters have beards.
The bugs have beards.
my god.
Sorcerer Soul.
Sorcerer. Enchantress Souls.
Enchantress Soul.
Enchantress Wizard Sorcerer. Dumbledore Souls.
There's like 90 different stabs. It's like this stab's cast slightly faster.
The staff has a cool little charm on top. That's what you want in the items in Dark Souls too. There's like a lizard staff, and it's like the lizard staff does nothing. The lizard thing does nothing. It's just there.
Is that it? Really?
I read the description. It's like the lizard thing is just there for like a charm. It doesn't actually do anything for the staff. So I'm like, that's stupid.
I use the
You should have stick up a lizard's ass.
I use the witch tree staff, the birch witch staff, because it has casting speed. And I don't know if they know this enough, but I like speed.
That's pretty good.
I'm overpowered.
I am playing a wizard's class.
The what?
I am playing a sorcerer class.
In what?
Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2. Do you like it?
It's different. It's fun.
Don't go full intelligence.
It's fun.
I've never gone full intelligence.
Actually, no, wait. I'm going technically sorcerer, pyromancer, and I'm going hex for another class. I'm doing.
So you have to up dex, and
Okay,
we're going off topic. So
no, it's fine. But what I was gonna say about Dark Souls, people have been saying that this is gonna be the final game in this like lineage.
I guarantee you they're gonna pull a bullshit hat out of their ass.
Shut up.
Demon Souls 2, bitch.
That's what's gonna happen. So like,
it doesn't.
Look, Demon Souls is different, and it does have different lore, right? So if Demon Souls 2 came out, I'd be super hyped.
What if it sucked off the bat? What if it was made by like From Software's team, who have clearly handled Demon Souls' successor very differently? I mean, it wouldn't mean anything.
I'm just interested to see what they would do with Demon Souls 2.
Well, Dark Souls 2 is supposed to be... Dark Souls is supposed to be its successor.
Yeah.
I don't think they do
But it
better.
is different. There's different mechanics in the game. So
I don't know why the fuck they can't say Demon Souls is tied to their universe.
So like so the game format won't be gone. Like if From Software won't stop making that format of game, but the Dark Souls franchise as a whole will end.
I want it to end because I think the plot as of right now is kind of retarded.
So like, there's gonna be different formats. So like, it's like a Souls game in space, or like Mecha Dark Souls.
Oh please
or
stop!
Underwater Dark Souls.
No! You died. If it ever got to that point, like in an alternate reality, would you still play Dark Souls?
I'd be playing Dark Souls. I'd be playing all.
What if everyone's like on those like Yu-Gi-Oh bikes and shit, but they have like sorcery like? Are you sure you'd play it?
I forgot
Keeper
about
of
that
the Souls.
I forgot that Yu-Gi-Oh! That fucking for dueling on motorcycles for some stupid reason. Like why? They're racing and it's like, oh my god, there's a Xbox Live game that is literally you driving and playing poker at the same time.
That's fucking fantastic. Why would you know?
You can't do anything. You're trying to drive and race because you have to finish first, but then you're also playing poker, so you're like, oh god. And that's
such torture.
That's what Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is though. It's them playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm gonna have to do stuff soon, Brian. So let's finish this off very quickly.
Okay, let's end it by story.
So here's
will I have to leave?
Here's probably.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Unless you want to meet him. Anyway.
Who is it? I'll say hi.
His name is Jew Guzzler.
Well, give me 10 more minutes
Just
right now.
kidding. No. So no, I just needed to Skype him real quick.
Sure.
Not Skype him, but tell him stuff. Wait.
But let me just say, so a lot of main YouTubers that are dedicated to the Souls franchise and have built up a lot of their popularity on YouTube off the Souls franchise, they're very, very wary of DS3. They have been. Like
here's the thing. If Dark Souls ends as a whole, number one, they can survive off the DLC. Number two, another Souls-like game's gonna come out. Three, there's other games like Dark Souls already out. They'll be able to focus on them.
Okay.
Also, I'd like them to have more influence on other games, but only for gameplay. I think fucking Elder Scrolls can learn a lot from Dark Souls to an extent. Not too much though. I feel
the reason why they're being so cautious though is because it happened in Dark Souls 2. Like I was super hyped for Dark Souls 2, right? And then it turns out that everyone liked Dark Souls 1 better than Dark Souls 2.
That's because they had bullshit reasons to like it. Mostly.
But that's what happened, right? So I feel like
they were like the lore sucks, and they're kind of true. The lore suffers in Dark Souls 2.
I feel like that's what happened, and now they're taking what they learned and they're applying that to 3, which is it's even better because when is amazing, they're gonna be like ejaculating it.
They've handled it. Sunlight Blade, I think. V for Vita or whatever his name is.
Bati Vita.
Yeah, he's
Sunlight
handled
Blade,
it. He's handled
German
it
Spy.
very maturely. He's
not-
like, oh, look at this character. You may have recognized him from the second game.
I've not gone on other channels in a while because I don't want to get spoiled on Dark Souls 3.
I've just been looking at some of it, and all I have to say is that may be the game of the year.
I also heard that Dark Souls 3 has sands. Because we're talking about Undertale here.
Sands. Like Sands of Time? Anakin Skywalker Sands?
No, shut up. So let's finish up by doing the little bit of some side stuff.
Don't feel rushed. He has to wait 15 minutes. We're fine.
That's fine. I do love the idea of diverging paths because it does give you an option of having decisions, and that also amplifies what you do in the game that actually means something. Of course, like I said, everyone knows about pacifist and genocide, but it does give your decisions meaning, and it helps give that.
There's no win ending. That's what I like. Well, they're technically the suicide run is not suicide. I'm gonna call Sans is there, so it's the suicide route.
Yeah, right.
It's just it just makes you feel bad. The
you
whole
feel
way through.
really bad.
It's like, well, everyone's dead. Like every
That's
character
what
you
happened to me.
remember those two girls.
Oh, Caddy and Braddy?
Yeah, that's their names. I love their fucking little ending. And they were like, gone.
Alpheus, hold the fuck up.
I love that.
It was good. It was
You
good.
grew to love these characters only to have to kill them.
Or have them evacuate in fear of you.
Yeah.
It really, you do really fast. Like when I first started playing the game, a genocide route, I realized I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have the courage to finish this. That's what I felt like when I first tried it.
It's a game though, so it's not like.
Well, I always think about the future and stupid VR and whatnot, Matrix, blah 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 blah. That's a different topic.
Oh, like the fucking what? Is the fucking Sans from that universe gonna be like? Well, you see, I came from the VR and now I'm gonna have to kill you.
It's still just Matrix. It's because of the game. Should you still commit these atrocities, right? So it's now it's questioning the idea of existence and blah 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 and universe and what is reality itself and whatever.
Well, reality is just a series of vibrations.
That's reality.
Einstein and
Sorry.
string theory.
So, let's see. Anything else that we haven't said? Oh, okay. Well, let's end it off at the save. Wait, no.
Oh, you don't want to talk?
Later. So let's talk about the save mechanic. I agree with the idea that
Did we already talk about this?
No.
Oh, okay. So
Talk about a little bit. I agree with the idea that there should only be one save, one save file for you, the player.
it took me a while to figure out why, though. It's not that you were scolding me, telling me why.
Yeah,
it was more of
I got really mad at you. No, dude, I don't understand.
No, I was thinking about it, right? Over a lot of time trying to figure out what was the right answer, and I forgot what I came up with. It was it would kind of just take away from the game entirely. If you made a mistake, you could just go back to a separate save. What else? Yeah, that's basically it. You'd just be ruining the game full on.
Exactly.
You would be actually.
You would be like Flowey at that point.
Yeah. Be able to it would shorten the game too, because you could theoretically say, oh, what would have happened if I did this route?
What would have? Yeah.
You could have saved it at Papyrus, gone through the game pacifist.
So yeah.
Or damn it. What's it called? That's suicidal.
Genocide.
Genocidal. Genocide. Hitler run.
Yeah, that's fine.
Point being,
but
even the little decisions are not safe from save states.
Yeah.
Save states would destroy the game too.
That's what I mean. What if we were playing the game, right? And
although I would use save states at a boss if I could.
I was just about to say, right? We're fighting Sans, right? And it's I'm about to die. Save state.
We're still fighting. Yeah, it's oh no, not like that, but if we manage to do it flawlessly, it's we don't do it until we get it off flawlessly. What would he do if you would he perform Sudoku?
I think so.
The Dark Souls boss? It's oh, you're too good.
That was the sickest boss. Anyway, shut up, Dark Souls.
Oh, he's a samurai.
But no. So yeah. I've heard some people who I was talking with Undertale about, and they didn't like the idea of one save file, right? But yeah, like you said, it takes away from the game. It makes it so that you can.
It takes everything from.
You can redo your decisions, and it gives your decisions no weight. There's no consequences, right?
Essentially.
That's what it is. It's
You'll
like,
feel okay about the game, though. That's the thing.
it's like if we were going through life and it's like, oh, I made a mistake. I just hit the rewind button. Nothing has
I would do that.
consequences. There's no.
I would love a rewind button for life.
You would.
I could like punch people in the face and be like, okay, now it's time to go back in time.
But the point is not to make that mistake in the first place, right? So now we think about what we're doing. We think about our decisions, and that's what the game is doing by forcing us to only have one save file, because it's not that hard to do multiple save files, especially in Game Maker. But that was a game mechanic decision. And the fact, what's interesting about it is that the save mechanic isn't something that's just an off thing that is in RPGs, like how they mostly are. Undertale was designed so that the same mechanic becomes part of the game. It becomes essential, right? Like the idea that your main rival, or quote unquote rival enemy, that you're gonna fight at the end, he has a similar ability to you, and like the save thing is something that exists in that world, not something that's off. That is like
it's not an imaginary thing. That's they actually integrated it well.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of games do it, but it's more. They made it completely unique to you. They were like, only you can do this.
Yeah,
like in a lot of like in Okami, they make it like a shrine.
They made it so the save mechanic makes sense. Even if they didn't.
Yeah, Mario uses flags, so that should tell that one of them thought more about this.
Well, it's like in Kingdom Hearts, right? It's a good prime example. Like you just walk onto like this rotating like green sphere thing, and it's just there, and like there's not really a cutscene where it shows it off. Like that's a game mechanic. But in Undertale, it's like characters are telling you like they know that you have this ability, right? It's an ability in the world. Like there's characters that know about it. And it's something that does exist as part of this universe. Like, it's lore, almost. So instead of, so now that kind of makes the world feel less artificial in a way. Because a lot of the times when you do see the same mechanic, it pulls you out a little bit. Especially really badly when ones are really obvious. But with this, it's less like that. Like, once you get to a certain point, like, I'm about to use my ability that's in this game. Not, I'm going to use a game mechanic to save my game. It doesn't sound that different, but I feel like it does make a huge difference on like how you see this mechanic than in other games. And let's finalize this with the save file with the idea of your consequences again. So like again, the game is designed to keep track of what you do. And even if you reset, the game remembers. So like, if you decide to kill someone, even if you were, sorry, because even with that one save, you can still go back. If you don't save after you kill or like save someone or not kill someone, you can turn off the game, open it back up, and see what happens. However, the game remembers. The game has like its own separate auto.
It's one of the things I hate and love about the fucking game.
It's like Dark Souls. Or autosaves.
Well, Dark Souls, you can make another save, and it's like, oh.
Well, that's like a new profile.
Also, they better acknowledge New Game Plus in the new fucking game. I'm tired of this shit. Going back in time, and they're like, oh, you're not gonna make it. I killed the bitch this many times. 7 times. I've never actually done that. I've only beaten her twice.
What? But, well, that's what I mean, like, so let's take the example of the first quote-unquote boss, which is Tumblr, and you can spare her, and there's different dialogue for when you meet Flowey after that. So, like, you think you're babe because you were able to find a way to, so you don't have to kill her. Like, yeah, well, that won't always be the case, he says, right? But then, if you reset the game, and you do decide to quote-unquote kill her, then he gives you dialogue that says, like, you went back. He knows you went back in time. He knows you reset your save file, and you just wanted to see what would happen. So like you abused that power. So the game has now remembered and now made that decision a part of the game. That's fantastic.
It's fantastic as long. No, it's fantastic actually. I was gonna say like. It's fantastic as long as it's not like you didn't like that one decision. You didn't know you could spare her, and then you went back in order to spare her.
Right.
And it's like they do this little douchey thing came. It's like, oh, come on. They should have told.
Yeah.
They don't really, they hint at it, like,
Yeah, they
kind of obviously,
they
but
play it safe. Yeah, they show you stuff like you should try to maybe mercy. If you like look and explore, it's like
they said mercy will work on most animals, but maybe you'll have to use it on a boss someday or something like that.
Even if their text is not yellow, try to mercy.
Yeah.
Like it's trying to tell you like maybe like perhaps you should try other ways besides always because that's the thing
Using
violence.
XP
Excuse me,
and leveling.
Well, that's the thing in life, right? Like the more a sign of intelligence is someone who can argue and can settle like disputes using simple conversation, right? Someone who can control their emotions really well and doesn't simply devolve into like barbaric actions.
Then why the fuck is Flowey so bullshit?
Because he's a bullshit ass.
Okay, that's right.
I see. See how good. I guess you could say that about Undertale, where it's like you may think that nothing else is working, so you
magical glimpse.
So you immediately just go back to the fight button because you're like nothing else is working. I'm done. I'm just gonna attack. Something happens when I hit. Like numbers go down. I see something is happening. There's an effect happening. Like in the Torwell fight, you're not for certain if what you're doing is correct.
I have a question. Is it possible to mercy Sans?
Yeah, it's possible. I think.
Does that mean you get the neutral? Yeah, that's not good.
I'll have to try that. You're gonna own up Undertale?
Stop. We're gonna look it up.
No, we'll play it. We'll play it. We'll play it.
Hey, don't tickle me. That's bullshit.
We'll play it.
No, we're not testing that shit.
Well, yeah, we can. It's not like I'm not being many times soon. But yeah, that always happens to me. For some reason, I'm not usually a forgetful person, but there are some cases where there is the exception. So for me, this was happening to me when I was filming my extra like artsy fartsy film for stop motion photography. I think it was called stop motion art motion.
That was this quarter, right?
Yeah. And so I had to lug around my movie poster everywhere, right? And so
oh no, this happens.
I didn't.
That happened to me all the time in like fucking middle school, where I like had a report. It was always like this poster of some kind.
Yeah.
And I'd be hanging around, and then like the last class before I need it, I leave it at the thing. It's like
because you're not used to having it everywhere, right?
I had to run back.
Because for me, I always check. Do I have my USBs and my key in my left pocket, right? Mm-hmm. Do I have this? Okay, I'm good. Because this is what I should be having on my person. I don't remember. So luckily it wasn't my printed out poster, it was just a picture frame, but I left it 3 times. I left it once at a mall complex, you know, like what's a strip mall, and then I left it
at a strip mall.
Well, yeah,
someone could steal it and sell it on the black market. Just kidding.
I thought someone could have taken it, and then I left it. No, I didn't leave it inside of Starbucks. I left it inside the.
Why were you in a Starbucks?
I left it in the forest.
Only hipsters go to Starbucks.
So then I left it in the forest when I was filming my last scene, and then I had to go back for it. And then I lost my glasses.
Oh come on!
In the forest.
Where were they?
On the forest floor.
Oh, anyone get to it or?
No, it's fine. I think some people thought I was crazy though, because I was looking. 2 people finally came across, and I was like, "Yes, I did it!" And I was like, "Oh no, don't look at me." No. And then finally, as I was filming the last scenes of my film, do you know the street that has the U.S. Bank?
Yeah.
You know that street? You know it also has like that neon like changing sign thing.
Really?
Yes, I was in front of that filming a scene, and I threw my picture frame on the grass. I was like, "All right, I feel satisfied." I started walking away with all my stuff, and like 20 paces, I was like, "Huh, I feel lighter." And I was like, "Oh fuck." And that was the 3rd time I left my poster just lying around. But that
it's gotta continue to happen until the day we fucking die.
Yeah,
I swear to you.
By that point, I felt so.
One of my biggest fears, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm cutting you off,
is
losing my fucking wallet or anything like that. What are you trying to do?
Products on sale. I want to see what's on sale.
Okay, you have Dragon's Dogma, which is
because I have a little few bucks on my one
D&D game. A Dylan snack.
Dino D-Day.
Dino D-Day, really?
Yeah, look at that.
Let's see.
That was a good video, by the way.
What?
I like that. That's one of my favorite commentary we've done so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Void. Okay, show me the game.
Let me show you the game. It's in my wish list. I have no idea what's on my wish list, so... Okay, so Fallout 4 is done.
Welcome to Extra Cast number 4735.37. Oh, Semoro Stress.
What is this? I like it because it looks like someone was on drugs.
Yeah, I see that.
It looks like H.P. Lovecraft was on drugs.
I was traversing.
I have no idea if it's good though.
Did you look at the store page?
What's it start?
Did you look at the store page trailer or anything about it?
Yep. I thought it looked weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
It's a point and click, right? Yeah, point and click.
Yeah.
Interesting art. With a turtle.
Yeah. Bunch of like turtles with things on it. It looks weird, so I wanted to play it.
It looks interesting, but it's pretty expensive.
Yep. So let me just read this real quick.
For our budget, at least.
Yeah. $2.
I don't know, Dylan.
You can't buy it.
Oh, it's cute.
What?
Look at that. Oh, the elephant.
Yeah.
That was like the last image. It was cute.
Well, I guess
Let's see here.
there's downloadable content. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just the art book and soundtrack. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, what, DLC? Now you must travel to the land of the dragons.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, pretty cool though. $20. I guess.
I have no idea what it's about. I'm gonna buy it if it is good enough, and we are gonna do it.
I mean, I definitely would like the art book for this because interesting art.
Or you could just go to Pinterest and scavenge the ones you like.
Nah. Fuck that.
Why support artists?
Exactly.
That's stupid.
The rest support the artists. Okay, so it's good.
Anyway, where did we leave off on?
I think we left off on writing under the game numbers. Don't this right here on story.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Sans.
Oh, okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of the Undertale podcast. However, it's all gonna be mixed in, so I probably want to use this opening so you won't ever hear me ever. Except for maybe when I leave it in, so it will become like a meta thing.
Oh my god.
I'm here again with my good pal.
Hi. We're finishing this.
We've been. Oh my gosh,
It's been 2 hours. Unless the podcast is 2 hours, then it is less than 2 hours.
Yeah, it's even though you guys have been listening to this for like the same day, 2 hours. It's been about a week. We've been cutting this apart.
Yeah.
Because we have to keep on coming back here. My PC got fixed, so we'll be able to have more days in which we can hang out and work on stuff.
Not soon though. Whenever college starts.
I mean, that's why we want.
I don't know if they'll know.
We gotta get stuff done before college. I'm getting rid of my math class. I'm just gonna have 3 classes, so I can focus on YouTube stuff. So anyway, let's get back into this Undertale discussion. I think where we left off was talking about things about the story, and I believe that we were either talking about choices that affect the story or something about Sans. Which one would you like to discuss about?
Probably Sans.
Sans? Yeah, he's a pretty good
I think we did
character.
talk about choices that affect the story.
Yeah, I believe so.
So Sans.
Yeah, so Sans, this is recorded pretty much almost at the point of the finale of our playthrough.
Yeah.
You know everything. I still don't know the exact ending of the genocide run. But right now we are.
It's not good.
I can guess. Currently we are now fighting against Sans, and for me, Sans was always an awesome character, and I liked him.
Sans is like the fucking best character in the goddamn game. Everyone likes what's her name?
Undyne. Papyrus.
No, I'm not trying to doubt any of them. By the way, when I say no, it's like yeah.
Spider Girl.
I think everyone. Yeah, I think every character is memorable.
Like I just said Papyrus for no reason.
Hey, Papyrus is a cool fucking character.
Well, yes, you said her, so I just said Papyrus for no reason.
I forget her name.
Undyne?
Megaton.
Oh yeah, Megaton.
Yeah. On Tumblr, everyone loves Megaton.
She's hot.
And I was like, oh, it's a dude, of course. I don't care. But that's what everyone keeps telling me.
I'd do it.
I was like, yeah, I'd probably do it too, if I had to be honest with you.
I would be like, you had sex with Robot Mike.
Or as long as it's not like I want to kill you form, and it's the humanoid form.
Yeah.
I want to fuck a box.
Yeah, you do.
Dicks aren't supposed to go in boxes, Brian.
Nuh-uh. A dick in a box.
Stop.
A dick in a box.
Set you up for that.
Thank you.
God damn it.
It's a dick in a box. Anyway,
Sans is the best character. Love him, hands down.
Yeah,
He's a competent boss fight, and he has a good character.
Even before, I didn't know anything about like Sans like intertwined with like the story, like just how a big effect as a character he had about the story. I did really enjoy him just as like some character that was like very funny, that like added like lightheartedness to the story. But of course, even in the passage, right, he had dialogue and he had lots of cues that kind of showed that he knew more than he was letting on.
Like basically teleporting between one location and the other, and claiming that there's shortcuts.
Well, I mean, there's example like in the hotel where he gets a little more serious than his comedic side, and he does that again in the what did you call it, a bar? In the bar in Snowball.
Yeah, it'd be a bar.
Where he kind of dances around the idea of Flowey and a yellow flower that.
What's up with fucking Flowey being scared of Sans?
I think Flowey doesn't like Sans, but I feel like at that point in the game
Yeah, but he fears him.
Yeah.
Remember that fucking scene?
I think he was afraid of us.
No, I think he was afraid of Sans.
See, it can go other ways. Either he was afraid of Sans or he was.
I argue that she ate the flower. I don't know. It doesn't have a penis or a vagina. It can't. But unless it does, whatever. I don't care. Point being, I don't think the flower feared us at all. After all, he's seen every single ending possible.
Whenever one flower.
And also, if you knew you had to fight Sans, how scared would you be if you couldn't progress until you beat him?
Now let me say something though. I do agree with you because that's how I first thought, right? But after looking back at the videos, I started to question that idea because if you look back into like the story, right? Flowey's relationship with his brother Chara, because he thought we were Chara, right? Wasn't very good. As the childhood, Chara was very abusive towards. Here to say Azrael, who now is Flowey, and even in Azrael's death, Flowey still feels like some sort of fear in that way towards Chara. So at that point where
Chara's our character, right?
Genocide technically, yeah. I think.
Ours is named Brian, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm evil. But I think at some point, because he's talking to us, right? The whole discussion, and eventually he notices our expression towards him, right? And I feel like that's when he's afraid, because he realizes that we find no use for him. And we consider him just another thing that we're going to destroy, I feel.
That's true, but hasn't he done the same thing? No. After all, he's a player in this game, technically, that's seen everything.
He's in the other routes. He says that we're unique, and he doesn't know everything that we're going to do.
But isn't he like how does Flowey murder people? Small little off-topic question.
Up the butt.
No, he has like little pebbles. Oh, and the boss fight. Never mind. Forgot about that one little final boss.
Well, I would still say that Flowey does fear Chara, and comes to the realization that Chara is gonna come after him at some point and doesn't care about his existence at all. So I would say that yes, Flowey does not like Sans and has trouble with him, and I would agree that he does fear him, but I would also say at that particular moment that Flowey did fear us in particular, as he came to the realization that we don't consider him something to be useful.
I still think that he's afraid of Sans because,
I still think he's afraid of Sans, but
listen,
I feel like
Sans would rock his ass. Game over. If Flowey fought him, I don't think he would have survived very long.
Yeah, because it has been described that Sans has made Flowey have to reset quite a few times.
Sans can reset?
No, he's made Flowey forced to reset because couldn't beat Sans.
Oh, wow.
Flowey's like, well, fuck, I better restart from a point where he's not fucking mad at me.
Wow. Does Sans know this?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he seems to be able to recollect when the game...
Now, how does his mind work? Because he can understand things that happened in the future, and then when you go back to the past, he's like, I know.
So it's said in lore that Sans may have been one of the 3 scientists that was working on with Alpheus and W.D. Gaster.
Wait, stop. Sans was a fucking scientist?
Yes. Supposedly. So, in the past...
Sans was a fucking scientist.
So in the pacifist...
These are chemicals.
I know, it's very unlikely.
I could eat this and probably live.
But many people come to that conclusion because in the pacifist route, if you go back in time enough, after you pass his judgment, he'll give you his key to his room, and which will give you a key to his secret lab under his house. And why would Sans have a secret lab under his house?
Because he's an idiot and he wants to buy stupid shit. I'm just kidding. No.
It's theorized that at one point Sans was a scientist of royalty, and he left once either W.D. Gaster's incident where he fell into his creation, or when he realized his the inevitability that no matter what his accomplishments are, his achievements will be, that he can easily be taken away from, which he references a lot. Or in the battle when we were fighting him, his text was.
He takes it really well though. Even during our battle, he's like, yeah. How many times? 14? I'm gonna stop counting.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop counting. He just keeps going.
He just doesn't say count anymore. And for him, he's like, he admits that he's tried to go back. There's other fears about that. If you want to learn more about,
what, is he gonna use reset travel? What kind of device is he gonna use?
Yeah, right. They're like, so he can teleport. So it's supposedly all the technology he uses, like Gaster Blaster and like that type of stuff he's doing, is like from his research of time travel and different universes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's badass. He's even more of a badass than a badass.
Are you sure he's not? Yeah, he's not a badass. He's not a badass at all, considering he could just kill us in one fucking hit.
That makes him badass.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was trying to get that across. He's too badass. That's the issue. And then we kill him.
So then
and
of
he comes
course,
back if you play another game.
that's why supposedly Sans is like how he is, where he really doesn't. He's very aloof about things, and rather than really putting his all into his efforts, he rather be laid back, simply let time keep going, because he knows that his actions are, because of Flowey and because of the character, become literally utterly useless. And, I mean, that think about that. It's like the idea of Groundhog Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
With whatever his name is, guy who was in Ghostbusters. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Timber. I don't know. Tim Murray.
Kill yourself.
I know, right?
Kill yourself.
I literally had him in one of my movies. Huh.
I have no idea.
Whatever. Guy was in Ghostbusters and Groundhog Day.
Okay, great. It doesn't matter. Just be like, oh, that guy.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, he's such a cool dude. That guy. I love that guy.
The guy's so cool.
I'd suck that guy's dick if I could.
But
the movie's gonna suck.
So think about the idea of Groundhog Day, right? Where no matter what he did, it would just be reset, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he sure allowed him to do. It's almost like with Flowey, right? He did every possibility. He wanted to see what happened, and eventually, when he got it perfect, he started not giving a fuck, right? Mm-hmm. And so, no matter what he did, it didn't matter. None of his actions meant anything. He had no consequential things. Sans didn't care anymore. And there's even text in his battle with you where it's like, this is what happens when people like me decide to be lazy and not do anything, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this is what happens when I decide to not do something.
Is there any way to kill someone with the reset ability? I assume no.
To kill someone with the reset ability?
Yeah.
That happens in the pacifist route. When you fight Flowey in the final boss, he's reloading a save point to try to hit you better.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever it's like reload save point 2, save point 3, that's him. That's his save points.
Come on.
That he's resetting in order to hit you.
What Sorry, not the dick.
Spoilers, Majority Part 3.
What a fucking bulb. There you go, that's a flower. The flowers come from bulbs. What's another?
What a pollen blower. I don't know. What a stem sniffer.
What a spindle.
What a thorny penis. Okay, so along with that, because of this underlying story, it helps to show that there's other things going on below the surface. Mm-hmm. This also relates back to like Alpheus's lab and her creations, like what she did, and like how along with that, like there's all this other underlying stuff that seems kind of happy because like there's almost like two stories going on at the same time. And a lot of people, thanks to them, like, you know, going into the code and looking at Easter eggs and making lots of theories, have like. No, don't say that. Don't say it.
Don't worry, audience. He's just trying to stop from killing you. The bad joke.
Trying to uncover what's the underlying story. So, like, especially with W. Gaster, and W. Gaster is also a very interesting character, but I guess we'll save him a little bit more for last. Along with Sans, I guess he in Pastor's Route, he is a comedic relief a lot of the times, and
he's like a really good supporting character.
Yeah, mostly. And of course, he follows you along the way, and even he basically supposedly he watches you because in scene with a siren, I think is what those things you call with Greek mythology. Yeah. Where if you decide to do a concert, like the concert thing, the spare option supposedly, in Genocide Route and or Pacifist, it gives you two different dialogues, right? And Sans is there, right? And like Sans and Papyrus are your agent, and Sans is like giving out tickets and whatnot. And in the Genocide Route, you see a hooded figure is watching you from the shadows. So, seen as that Sans is always watching you no matter what, even if
you're he has to.
Yeah, right?
He can fuck up the world.
He's like, God damn it, man. So he's the overseer, almost. And so, like, you see that he's almost circumventing his role in a way, rather than like what it feels like a character that you, rather than going on a date with, supposedly, he's observing your actions and he seems almost above you in a way. And he does.
He is above you, though.
Power-wise, ability-wise, and knowledge-wise, he is above you.
If he had the reset ability, he would be God, probably.
Yeah, probably.
He can teleport to wherever he wants. If he dies, he can come back.
Yeah. And
he's badass. Chara only wins because she has infinite fucking reset.
And of course, Sans is the one who does explain to you the consequences and like the actual gravity of your actions. He's the one that explains to you about the definitions of EXP and leveling. And he's the one that basically drops this bomb on you at the end. You're like, and which is even better. Like I've said before, people who don't know anything about the game, like it's like an epiphany to them at that point. Even sometimes, like, you know, maybe some people didn't have that reaction, but some people definitely, I feel, had a reaction like I didn't even think about that at that time.
Sans is a really good definition of what Undertale is.
Yeah.
He just walks around being weird, and then he ends up being like this godlike being.
As for favorite characters, just closing up, I would say, I wouldn't say Sans is my favorite, nor would I say Papyrus, but I would say that I love them both for different reasons.
Sans is my favorite.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I love, my favorite trope ever is the godlike being that is like...
Like that guy? There's Wall?
That's a mom.
It's Sans, look at him. He takes off the mask, he's like, oh.
I like the sly gods, like the gods who have all the power in the world, yet they use it for their own devices.
Right.
Not easy to...
And of course, like I said, other things, I love the little antics you do with him. I love the little thing with the little hot dog Easter egg where he stacks like tons of hot dogs in your head. I love that you can battle him in the passes route and he doesn't try at all, and it's fantastic. So yeah, I love Sans is pretty awesome, and just to imagine if Sans was not the character that he was.
If Sans wasn't in the game, how different do you think the game would be?
Well, very different. I don't know if I would even be making a podcast about it right now.
But really, like,
he does add a lot to it. I feel like I would lose a lot of enjoyment from the game if he wasn't there. But I could say
you'd also be less stressed.
Get
If you play Undertale, which if you haven't, stop watching.
Yeah, seriously. So, while we're into that, I guess, like, favorite moments about the game, got anything in particular that you would say? Because I already said one, like the hot dog thing. I think this is all stuff, like, little small things. So, again, if you really, really want to enjoy this game, get the fuck out of here. But,
this is literally what this video is.
Let's start from the beginning. So, of course, you got the extra things, like restarting stuff, like with Flowey. Like, the very first thing is, like, try to catch all the pellets, and like you can either let yourself be hit or simply dodge them.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
By the way. You fucking idiot!
You just want to play with. Like that's of course those things are awesome. I love that kind of stuff. Where like you can actually change what you did. Of course, like I said, we were talking about that before. I love the extra dialogue you get with Torel.
Tutorial.
Yeah. Where
it's her name, Tutorial. Tutorial's her name.
And how she acts, basically, you know, like she's a mother, right? But again, it's like you said, she is Tutorial. I'll admit it. But like Toby Fox pushes that even further.
What's her child's name again?
Azrael.
Azrael. I was hoping he was like the opposite of Tutorial.
But
I didn't remember the name.
So basically, like she's literally holding your hand to the tutorial,
yep.
Right? And it's fantastic.
And she's like, "Now I'm gonna stop holding your hands. Can you move from one point of the room to the other point? Okay, you're smart enough to play this game. So, welcome to Undertale."
Let's just say it's because of the way, like, we love all the dialogue that a lot of the characters have. It's all fantastic. Then one thing I really love is the about to call 911 here on accident.
Oh shit.
I should put down my phone. The cell phone dialogue you get with the tutorial, where you can either kind of be cutesy or you can flirt with her.
Oh, wait, let those stop. She's a goat.
Mom.
Yes, she's a goat.
So?
And you're 7?
Yeah, but your character's got game.
Yeah, that's also gross.
Hey,
it's like
that's judgmental.
Pedophilia.
That's judgmental.
And what else is that?
Hey.
Furryism or whatever. Furry. You weave that shit together.
The character's trying to get Torel, not the opposite.
Does it really matter when they're getting down and dirty?
Anyway.
Stop drawing this. Don't try it.
It's already been done, probably.
Yeah. Rule34.com.
Let me just snap my fingers, open up a new tab real quick. Oh my god! There's also an Easter egg. If you actually wait, you know how she tells you to wait here, right?
Yeah.
If you wait a specific amount of time, she'll call you, and you'll get special dialogue. And I think
Dead's a genius, man.
I think she gets actually attacked by Toby Fox, the dog. Like the dog takes her phone. I think.
Your phone?
Takes your phone, yeah. Takes Torel's phone, sorry.
Oh.
It's like, oh god, it's the greatest. And of course, I think that's only in hard mode. If you choose the name Chara, I think it's either Chara. No, it's Frisk. If you type in the name Frisk, you go into like demo hard mode, and I think you will either you are. I thought you weren't forced to, but if you go that way, you don't get a cinnamon or butterscotch pie. You get a snail pie.
What's a snail pie?
So like, you know, she's like, do you dislike? So she kind of like in the dialogue with her, she says, I was gonna bake a snail pie, but I didn't think you'd be down with that, so I made a butterscotch cinnamon pie. Because that's why she talks about 99 uses of snails, and so if you go that way, she gives you a snail pie instead. Because it's I think butterscotch, it burnt. Yeah. Another small thing. I guess it's just exploration items. The diary, the things you can get in the rooms of the characters are awesome. The encounters with all the monsters and their text of trying to mercy them is fantastic. One of my favorite is Cinderay Plain.
Yeah.
So good. Actually, my favorite encounter with her would be Genocide Route, where she explodes. And it's so fucked up. But it's fantastic at the same time. Of course, you can't go wrong. You gotta chime in here, man. That's some good moments.
Well, I think we talked a lot about them at the beginning of the podcast.
Did we? I don't think we talked about highlights though. I think things we really love.
The things I really liked was like everything was.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah, that's all you.
The ketchup thing, that's great.
What is that?
Doesn't matter.
I think I've covered most of them. There's something I'm missing though. Nope, I think I've said everything.
Fucking love Papyrus's Diamond.
Yeah.
What's that over there? That's a rock. And I love, his puzzles and how they mess up. And I love
when Sans is like, I think it's the second test.
Yeah.
And he goes over and it's like, here's my puzzle. And then like Sans, he gets his chance and he's like, he hands a paper to the character and it's like, oh, it's a crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
He's like,
what? Crossword?
To be honest, if that would probably stop me.
He said Sudoku? He said Sudoku, right?
It's Sudoku?
I forget if that...
I'm unsure, I assume. It's something dealing with hard stuff.
Yeah, I just love, like, if you agree with him, it's like, oh, thanks. Thanks for agreeing with my brother. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Metaton was a letdown if you play Genocide Run.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hilarious. It's hilarious that listen, here's what I like. They don't give you the satisfaction of killing him or her, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But when you play
Pacifist,
he's a cool character.
Yeah. You lose a lot of content from that character and like lots of awesome build-up.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm disappointed with the suicide route. Or the what is that, the suicide? I'm just gonna call it the suicide route. I've been calling it the suicide route this entire thing.
Might as well.
The suicide route. Genocide. Whatever.
So I love the dates you get with Undyne and Papyrus. And I love the little...
I only did the dates with Papyrus. I never did with Undyne.
It's nice to have because you can get like the awesome like... She makes cooking awesome.
Undyne?
Yeah.
Isn't she a fish?
Yeah, but a fish is... It's racist.
What do you say? The fish can't cook?
Fish can't cook?
Yeah, I'm saying fish cannot cook.
You're right though.
I cook fishes.
I mean,
it's the other way around.
Look,
what does she do? Cook humans? There aren't any humans around, or else they'd be doing the souls thing.
She eats other fish. There.
That's cannibalism. That's like me eating a monkey.
So who cares? Piranhas eat fishies. Who cares?
Well, they don't. They eat dead skin and dead animals.
Yeah, which could be fishies.
Fuck.
Like this doesn't exclude fishes. Hold on. Anyway, but there's a selection you can have. There's a selection of drinks you can have with her, right?
Oh.
And there's like a what was it? Oh, you can point at her. Like
as a drink.
Like I want you.
And what did she?
She's like she blushes a little bit. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh. I love the dog.
No. Fucking ass. Takes the art.
That's Toby Fox though.
Takes the art. Yeah, you gotta love Toby Fox. It's nice. It's alright with me. And of course you have like the extra actually I don't want to say that. Yeah, to just be like.
Oh yeah, the game is very dynamic despite it being very old. They tried to make it very old, like
old stylization.
It's very archaic, yet it's very dynamic.
Archaic
stylization. It's very strange.
But it's refined.
Yeah.
Like a refined wine. Put it back on the glasses again. Personality-wise, Level Dine's personality, you got like the classic.
Also something else. This is something I like. All the file things, such as cheating or going into the game to find stuff. He knows you're going in there.
Oh, the hacker. Hacker ending.
No. The hacker ending is one, which I love. But which again stands. But he knows you're gonna find Easter eggs in the files he didn't use, so he's like pointing you to them or making them harder to actually get to. It's really interesting. That guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Not a genius, but at least he thought that shit through. Most games would just be like, yeah. Why is that? Why do fucking people who make games leave their old files in there?
Just for that reason.
Really? It's like
because like there was a whole like hot coffee mod issue thing in like Grand Theft Auto, right? They just literally they thought it would not be opened up again. They like thought they put it down below the files and it was like whatever. You don't need to like check it out and reformat the game or anything. So they just left it like that.
But like, is it just like not worth it to take it all out, or?
I think so.
Like if you were making a game and it was like, you know, Dylan was supposed to be 85 and he was supposed to kill you as a boss.
But
instead he remained a teenager who helped you through your quest.
Either way, it's still extra content that's left over, so I'm completely down with it. And just as a side note, I know we're gonna reach the end at some point. There was a patch.
Welcome to part 4 of the podcast. Welcome to part 4.
Welcome to episode 4 of the podcast Undertale. It never ends. This is the podcast.
What's Undertale in Spanish? Do you know how to do that?
No. Abajo,
Tail this.
Tail.
That's Japanese.
Fuck, I don't know. I forgot, I don't know how to say tail.
You can cheat and use TAIL.
No.
Undertale.
That's good. Who cares? I'll probably remember it after the podcast is done.
As soon as you press, it's like, no, I remember now.
But yeah, a few months ago there was a patch to add in extra content to make it more accessible, and I said a little bit more stuff. If you're excited, if you have not played Undertale even yet, and somehow you're listening to the podcast, then you're a horrible person. Then you should just buy the game and not play it.
What the fuck?
There you go, because you might as well support it if you're gonna be like this. I'm sorry.
There's still the neutral ending, which I have no idea if it changes that much.
There are neutral endings where, like, depending on your decisions, will affect who becomes king or queen. And like, yeah.
I want Papyrus to be king of all the lands.
Yeah, you can do that.
And Spaghetti.
Just kill everyone besides him.
Spaghetti will. You can. Spaghetti will.
No,
you can.
Yeah, just kill everyone besides him.
But won't Sans be like, I have to murder you?
No, that's neutral route. If you mercy once, you automatically get booted off to neutral route. So if you kill everyone besides Papyrus, he becomes king.
So wait, so what if Undyne lives and Papyrus will Undyne?
I think Sans becomes an agent. What?
And Sans becomes an agent?
Sans technically rules the kingdom, and Papyrus is just kind of like the poster boy.
You mean the puppet king?
Poster boy.
I'm fine with Sans winning.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't win. His friends died. His lover died.
Who's his lover?
The toy.
No, isn't that Asgore? Doesn't Asgore want to tap that?
No, well, like I said, their ex-husband, ex-wife. People are on the internet probably already shipped it. Because Tutorial and Sans are making jokes to each other, so it's like, obviously they're gonna get together. Because there's a decision where, like, do you want Asgore and Tutorial to get together? And you can be like, yes or no. And I think if you say no, it's like, so you want Sans to really get together.
Oh my god, really?
That's what I feel anyway.
Listen, Sans, that's like 90% of the fun part. But yeah.
You know, say that. Personality-wise, you know, a lot of people, some people don't like Alphys. I like Alphys, I think, because I see myself in her in some ways, just like, you know, the whole nerdy aspect of it. So, I don't know, I'm very sympathetic for her in a lot of ways, you know, and it's like, it's a very sympathetic character, I think, because you have like awkward moments type of thing. Like, I'm someone who's terrible with phone calls, right? And I personally enjoy talking to someone face to face.
Oh, I just wing it.
You wing it?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a correct way. I just say,
well, you're terrible.
Hello. Yeah, whatever, I don't care.
I'm just kidding. Just be a complete asshole.
I just go, hello. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, it is.
I text you. I'm like, hey, what's up? And you're like, what? I'm like,
I didn't mean it like that. I was more like,
it does feel like that.
I know.
I'm like, oh, is he mad at me?
Well, I have to put like a question mark, and then it's like, what is it, Brian?
Well, you
like,
don't.
and it's like, damn it, I didn't want to sound like that.
Well, you don't put a question mark. You just put what, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll stop asking to edit these audio.
What the fuck, Brian?
It feels like that.
I'm coming to your house with 7 guns.
Especially when I'm like, we're on Skype. I know it's off topic. Like, I'm on Skype or something, or like Steam, and I message you. And you're like, what are you?
Is that what I also said what, didn't I?
You're like, what? Or like, what? Why are you calling me? Why are you talking to me?
I don't know if can I check. Oh.
It does happen a lot.
Oh no, I can't because I don't want to waste that much time.
It's like, can I just talk to my friend? It's like, no. I can't waste my time. I guess no, we'll check it later. It's fine.
No, I'm just clicking on stuff so I can do stuff.
We're almost done. Come on, this is the home stretch.
Hold up. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find something real quick. Brian, stop sucking my dick.
Hey,
I know you love the D.
I thought the mic was on. It sounded very white boy gangster.
White boy gangster.
You're like, hey, you want the D. It's like if you're like,
I'm white, what do you want?
Yeah, I'm straight up gangster. Totada. That's gonna get me every time, man.
Sorry.
I wanna make that into a shirt.
You know what we should do? At some point we need to list out, cut this out. We need to list all the Mexican foods, and you need to pronounce them in the correct way.
Oh, BuzzFeed does that.
Oh.
Technically, basically...
Not like BuzzFeed where they're just retarded, they're like, fuck white people for not being able to pronounce these names.
Basically.
Can you just laugh at me and also understand that I'm white?
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna try to mispronounce them as much as I
what
can.
they do is, like, they try to pronounce it, and then, like, they get, like, an actual authentic person, I suppose, and then, like, they say it the proper way.
She's, like, super old Mexican, and she's like... Tostada. I can't even do it.
Might as well.
Tostada.
If I'll ask my mom if she's making anything tomorrow, and you can taste them. I hope she's making pozole tomorrow.
Place pozole.
It's delicious. You'll find out. That's up top. Welcome back to part 4, part 5.
By the way,
yes. So
this is still part 3. We're still making.
Yeah. I would say that's why Alfie is pretty relatable, at least to me. I don't know if you feel the same way. Like I said, terrible with phone calls. I'm much more of a person who's much more direct. I'm a classical person. I'm old, so I'm used to that type of stuff. And of course, Alfie is like that kind of nerdy otaku kind of inside of us. I don't know if I'm kind of talking for you, but do you agree with that?
Yeah, roughly. I mean, she's a fucking cool character until you kill her. But
I don't think you do. Oh no, you do. Do you?
Yeah, you kill her.
Wow.
I think you do. I assume you do. You kill basically anyone in that game that has a text box.
I mean,
so I'm assuming everyone's.
Well, we're at the end, so I can't see how. Unless we go back and kill her.
I assume we kill her because pretty much everyone in the game is killable, with some exceptions.
The turtle guy can't kill that turtle.
Yeah, that's the only exception.
And you can't kill Temmie.
Also, he's senile. Your character's like, fucking.
You can't kill Temmie or the turtle guy.
Really?
And you can't kill the other shopkeeper.
Yeah, but he's a shopkeeper. And doesn't he leave?
See ya, little weirdo. No, I think he stays there. Because
And now I remember who he is. He's the fucking guy that's crazy, and then he's like, I'll see you later.
See ya, little weirdo. And
I feel sorry for that.
And he doesn't want to leave because he thinks that everyone's playing a prank on him. Basically, he doesn't want to leave because he doesn't want to get fired.
Oh, wow, what a sad life.
I know.
At least he's not dead.
I guess that's another person that's relatable. I like,
Oh, yes, because everyone at your work was fired and you were under the fear of being fired.
Yeah.
That happened?
No.
But did you work for the drug cartel?
No.
Everyone's dividend. I don't want to leave my job.
I need
Who
more.
will watch the crack?
I need more crack to keep myself calm. What?
I don't know. Does crack make you calm? I think it does the opposite. Actually,
It's a stimulant.
Yep. So it does the opposite.
Yeah, it does the exact opposite.
At least you have like a mountain of crack to use before you die.
Yeah.
of crack.
What you didn't know is that when you kill monsters in the genocide route, the white dust is actually crack and cocaine. You smoke that shit up, and that's why Papyrus is like, your hands are always covered in white powder, and your character's just like, cause I need it, man.
It's powdered sugar. I don't know what you're talking about.
Going back, getting a little off topic here. You know, I think we already explained tutorial.
Yeah.
Torel. Some characters I feel like they could have gotten a little more screen time. Muffet, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people like her character design. I love it, like the whole like fusion of like Little Miss Muffet and the spider thing pieced together. I'm like, oh, I go like bonkers over that.
She leaves, right, in genocide route. Or kill her?
No, you murder the fuck.
Okay, yeah, we murder her. I forget what happens. That's the thing.
She dies and a little spider comes and puts a flower there.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
don't you try to kill it? Or no, you don't.
No, you can't. I don't think you get to. Then you cry. And then I cried a little bit.
Well, that's a sad.
You were there. You saw me crying.
Yeah, but you were crying.
You don't want to say anything though. And of course,
she can't. I didn't really pay attention that much to her because she kind of like was a blip in the grand scheme of things.
But you know, she does have a thing like in the beginning, their actions at the beginning and the later on, and of course, who can forget Papyrus? We gotta check 1 minute time.
I think Papyrus had enough screen time.
Oh, he had it. No, I'm saying, this is an awesome character overall. If we're going back to people who didn't get enough screen time,
he's a lovable loser.
No, he's a great guy. Shut up.
Still a loser. And I still love him. I mean,
yeah.
He deserves a good wife, a good skeleton wife, who can make spaghetti, and that's it.
Who loves his spaghetti?
Yeah, and she can have a little race car bed, just like him.
He does become, I love his costumes. Cool dude. Every time I hear his music, I always feel like he's gonna come in and like do like a little dance. So I feel like he's gonna move his arms and like rotate them. So like his arms, like, so people imagine if my elbows were like on my sides, right? And I was rotating my hands in a way, so like.
Oh my god.
I don't know why, but I imagine him dancing like that.
I love Papyrus, man.
Yeah, I love all his dialogue, and I love how you can call him at different locations. He'll have different things to say about it. It's effing great, and he's awesome.
Effing on a podcast, fucking great.
Oh right.
Oh no, all the 12-year-olds who have overprotective helicopters, because they don't have parents, they just have helicopters.
He's fucking titties great.
Yes, there you go.
There you go.
That's the correct
He's
word.
just tastic.
He's tit-tastic.
He's just tastic. Yeah. God damn it, people keep coming. No, we gotta get through this though.
Yeah, Metaton's great all around.
I was just giving Papyrus now.
But we're already getting past.
I love his date. He's one probably the closest friends you have in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
I would definitely agree with that. And
he seems very real compared to the other characters. There's nothing really.
I like them all.
There's nothing really exceptional about him, though. It's very realistic to see him moving through the world than Sans.
No. I guess I would agree with you. I would agree with you because he's an overseer, right?
That is true.
So he's kind of like stands out.
Metaton is already weird, you know. What's her name?
But I feel like
the Spider Muffin Lady.
all of them stand out in their
She's a Spider Muffin Lady, so you know she's.
I feel like they all stand out in their own way, and they all have unique personalities.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, Metaton, is awesome. I like his whole shtick that he has got going on. He or she, I don't care anymore. Whatever you want to have sex with. On the internet, a box form or whatever slicker model form, taking a box, and of course like the game shows and like shows you have to go through, like those are all like little confrontations you get with him. It almost feels like he's a JoJo character in a way, but like I feel like
yeah, you mentioned that.
He feels like a JoJo character. It's like this looks like the work of an enemy stand. Because he's got that kind of side to him, like very flamboyant a little bit, and like
little. Did you not see his final form in the genocide?
Not in box form. Really.
Yeah, he's just ridiculous.
It's fantastic.
Off switch is like the size of my hand.
It's
directly behind him. Defense rating 9999.
The little battle you get with him when you get Alpheus helps you. It's pretty awesome. But Alpheus is a deeper. I feel like Alpheus' laboratory and like his past sins and her suicide. Very deep character, I would say though. And of course you get the backstory with Mettaton about how before Mettaton was how he or she was. I guess. I know people think it's a girl. I know people say it's a girl, but I kind of like the idea that it's either way. Decide who you want it to be. A little backstory of it being a ghost and
Future Brian, I have a command for you.
Was a
okay. Here's not you. Your present. Brian.
We're always in the future, technically.
Nope. So
it's the future now.
Like you to put some boy pictures
okay.
of Muffin Spider Lady, please.
Boy pictures?
Yes.
Like Rule 63?
Like what you just said. All of them. Go on, please.
Okay. Alright, here's some Rule 63 stuff.
All of it. Just more pictures,
okay,
Brian.
Here's some Rule 63 of the rest of the characters.
Yep, there you go. Not too explicit, though.
Since their bars up.
No one wants to see any ribs. No one wants to see any bones.
Alright, there you go.
Or boners. Anyway.
There you go. I had to go through thick and thin to get these pics, so you're welcome.
All he had to do was go to Pixiv.
Yeah, probably. Probably, that's what I did.
Put some shitty ones in there, too.
Okay, put some really bad fan art.
Yeah.
Probably go to DeviantArt.
Yeah, DeviantArt. No offense if you're from DeviantArt. If you watch us, you're separate. You're probably a really good artist.
Yeah, you're probably amazing.
Really good.
You probably are because they're
like the Picasso of the modern era.
You probably have a really great art style that when I probably follow you, and when I observe it, I get like really excited about drawing, and it makes me inspired, and you inspire me.
Yeah, and you could be like 2 months old, and you're probably already better than Brian.
Yeah, probably. You see my shit? It's fucking garbage.
I'm joking, by the way. I'm just using an unrealistic gauge.
Let's see here. Oh, so another person I would say would need a little bit more screen time would be Asgore. Although you do hear
that is true. I don't like Asgore at all.
However,
I think he's the worst character.
You do get to hear about him throughout the entire story.
That's true.
So I'll give him the exception.
There's a lot of written shit about him, which I understand why they had. It's hard to give him It's hard to give a character screen time if they're at the end of the game, like Zelda and Twilight Princess. If you played that game, I was like, who the fuck is Zelda?
We get the videos, you get the books and text, you get the lore from other characters. So, yeah, he wasn't directly in the screen, but he did get a lot of personality because of that.
You just seem kind of sad, almost.
Yeah, it's very somber. It's a very somber thing when you find him because he doesn't tend to want to fight you in the first place. Like he asks you if you want tea before anything, and not even thinking about fighting you, or even realizing that you are human. So it's
how
I don't know. It's bittersweet.
It looks like Dora the Explorer.
I know. Dora the Explorer. Dora. Frisk.
Then she comes down there and it's like
Frisk.
Hola, my name is Frisk. Whatever her name is.
Frisk. Oh, this is like keep off copyright. Frisk the Spelunker. Frisk. He has no.
This
monkey.
video has been taken down by Frisk the Explorer.
Frisk has no monkey, but he's gonna do it. He's still got to Spelunker.
She has a dinosaur though.
What?
Well, doesn't she? Like the dinosaur man that Undyne.
That's not a dinosaur.
What is it?
Alpheus?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not Alpheus, no.
Alpheus isn't a dinosaur? I thought Alpheus was like a dinosaur.
Yeah, okay, yes, that is him. There you go. It's a guy, I don't care.
Alpheus is a girl.
What do you base that off of?
The fact that it's a girl?
Nope. Just spring the trap, Brian. Why is it? What do you say that?
Because in the text it says that it's a girl.
Nope. I don't believe you.
Okay.
Put it on the screen if that's true. Okay, future Brian, cross that out, right, boy, if that's the case.
There it is.
There you
go. Girl. That's why in the end
change it to boy real quick.
Just
some right
sweet
there.
lesbian action at the end. That's what happened. If you play the game, you get some sweet lesbian action at the end.
I think everyone who's fucking not played the game has stopped. They're like, I'm not gonna play that. I don't play Undertale.
Maybe I will give it a try.
There's the lesbian action. Everyone's gone.
Other characters, Nastablook is a little thing you got going for him. He's probably the most saddest depressing guy. Mm-hmm. But his little existential moment you get inside his home is pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. That kind of falls in Easter eggs, but it's still pretty cool. Any other characters that we may have forgotten? Undyne.
Flowey.
I don't want to talk about him. Undyne.
You have to talk about Flowey.
Is awesome.
One last time.
I have fanboyed over Undyne at a point in time. It's my Skype picture. Still.
It is still?
Yeah, I think it is still. Yes, open up Skype and get messages.
You can still talk.
It's fine.
I just want to check because really, I change mines like every 2 weeks.
Okay, we have less time now. Okay,
We're gonna finish this fucking podcast.
so anyway, I was fanboying over Undyne, and I really liked her, and I loved her design. I love her final boss design, and super awesome warrior knight character.
She's a piranha
with cool powers.
She's a piranha paladin.
Yeah.
She wins.
Unless
I kill her, then she does.
Papyrus likes her. Highlights. Wants to be part of Royal Guard. Helps her, but she finds him sympathetic, but still finds him kind of adorable in that way. Yeah, Undyne's cool.
That was pretty quick.
And the little date you have with her, it's pretty awesome. There you go. And the little cute little kid, that's actually a girl, monster kid. The whole thing that she also. So I was basically monster kid.
The dinosaur?
Yeah, the little teen dinosaur.
I mean the male dinosaur, not
female.
the girl dinosaur.
It has a bow.
Oh, trap has been sprung.
What are you doing? That's like a trap card. You've activated my trap card of like sexism.
Yep, basically sexism. Guys can wear bows, but it's only weird. But only video games and anime.
The Boku no Pico.
That doesn't count.
I think you watch all the time.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
Now you sprung my reverse trap card. Is that a card?
Reverse trap card.
I think there's another trap card. It's like reverse. Oh, that trap card that destroys trap cards.
You're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Because I honestly have no.
There's a trap card where it's like if you swing a trap card, you have a
Yu-Gi-Oh.
trap card that. Oh, no, it's a spell card that destroys. Aha! You played my thing that destroys that. I have that in my deck.
So what do you Anyway, all my friends love Yu-Gi-Oh.
you can-
I honestly don't know enough.
I have my own deck. We'll play it at one point.
I've played it, not good, of course.
That's fine. I'm not that good either. I have a zombie deck. Anyway, super off topic.
Anyway, let's finish this up because
Yeah, sure. You're
it's been quite the time.
So
how do you want to end this off?
final closing. Hated Flowey for the longest time.
I love Flowey.
But of course, Dylan loves Flowey, and he actually is very close to him in all his horrible qualities. However, I do have sympathy for Flowey and his existence sucks. And of course, I do feel bad for what happened to Azrael at the Pass's ending.
I mean, the road to evil is filled with good intentions,
And
Flowey went on the best good intention ever. He was gonna try to make the perfect world, basically.
he's basically being like Obito from Naruto. But of course, we know that didn't work out because Naruto became Obito's friend. We're watching a stream, my friend's stream, so that's why I know about that. Also, sexy play.
I don't know who Obito is, but I really like him. He looks cool and badass, but he's also kind of gay.
Once he becomes good, a new evil character comes, but she's super hot, and there's like fan art.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, I would
Get
say
those
so.
big double
She's like a bunny.
G's.
She's like a bunny girl, and I'm like, that's cool.
Are you kidding me? A bunny girl?
Like she's not. No.
Like what? 9 fluffles? What the fuck is her spirit animal?
But I would say, she has no value as an evil character because she just comes out of the blue. Like, because Obito was built up, right? Yeah. So it's like, oh, well, he just gets, redeemed and he becomes a good guy.
That's good.
The end. There's no consequence for his actions.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
He just everyone just like, what?
Listen, I like the stories of redemption so long as there's a.
It happens with Sasuke too. It happens with Gaara. It happens with
Sasuke's like what, 10?
Being a bitch. It happens with Gaara. It happens with Sasuke. It happens with Zabuza, technically.
We're spoiling a lot, by the way, but
I don't care.
Whatever.
It happens with Pain. It happens with all the characters.
And is that how it ends with Yu-Gi-Oh?
What?
Naruto. Is that how it ends in Naruto?
I think so.
Like, you're the main bad guy, Dark Jesus, or whoever the main bad guy is. How do you top that? Obito was like a wizard, but like a ninja.
It's no spoiler thing. Spoiler if you haven't seen Naruto.
We already spoiled.
I already went back in time. Yeah, that's something because I can do that. Okay.
Brian just used his time powers.
Okay. No. Here's the list. Okay. So, just closing statements. Toby Fox did an amazing job. It was labor of love, and loved the game. And it's definitely going to be in my head right next to Dark Souls as something that's going to affect how I create games and something that's also probably going to be inspiration for me in the future at some point.
This was a masterpiece and it was made... Well, it was made in Game Maker. That's impressive, man. It was super fucking dynamic.
Again, yeah, making Game Maker, that's something I've actually used in high
Easter
school.
eggs. Pretty nice fan base. They're pretty cool.
So let me put this straight to you guys. People where my old high school has Game Maker. They have it at their disposal, and there could have been a point of opportunity where they could have used it to make this game.
And Toby Fox, it's not Game Maker, but it's something similar.
No, it's Game Maker.
Nope. One of my friends told me it isn't Game Maker. It's some other variant.
My God, I've been put on blaster.
I don't know if it is. You can fact check it. I don't really care. Point being,
we've already talked about Easter eggs.
It's still impressive that he used that Easter eggs.
We already talked about everything about Easter eggs.
Basically.
You know,
You're missing a lot, but
you don't want to spoil everything.
Sorry if we've disappointed you in not talking about it. It's just
one of your favorite things.
It's late, and this took it apart for 3 weeks.
We're on
and we don't know everything.
Yeah, or we're probably forgetting things that I'll probably gonna remember and might throw in at the end at my home.
Love Sans. He's the best character.
Love Papyrus and Sans, and Undyne is a close second, even though I fanboy over all of them.
Mettaton's cool. Glad they robbed you of any form of happiness when you choose the genocide route.
I guess Flowey's okay. Alpheus is awesome.
I love Flowey.
Asgore is cool boss, and you know it's...
Did I catch you off guard with that?
No, it's fine. I mean, I know you would.
I don't know how it would work. What would it just like eggs, like, and it would work?
Well, he would stab you in the butt with his like tendrils.
I'd be fine with that.
You'd be the mama. Anyway, and yeah, we were talking about all the small things, and like, yeah, okay. And I guess finally, I know to you it may seem that we're overanalyzing the game, perhaps at some point, but for us,
we're not. We're underanalyzing it at this fucking point.
I feel like we've
it's as basic or as complex as you want it to be.
We've toned down a bit, so if you still think we somehow overanalyzing, we truly feel that this game had a lot of stuff going for it and had a lot of interesting symbolism and context of what it was trying to explain and symbolize.
It's a straight up 9 out of 10. It's how a lot of games should be made. I was heavily impressed.
You know, you just said 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
Yeah. Oh. I changed it
because you don't want to like put the bar.
Nope. It's good.
Yeah, I would say just like the underlying tones.
It's undeniably good. Like it's worth your money. It's like $10.
Yeah, good price.
If you're still here, people who have not played the game, it's $10 on Steam.
Definitely get it.
Just make a Steam account. It's on PC. It's very easy to run. I think.
Yep.
My PC can run it, and it's not advanced.
It's not complex anyway. No. Your computer can probably run it.
Yeah.
And I would say, yeah.
It's worth your time.
Yeah.
The whole 6 hours that you probably have.
And people say, yeah, it's 6 hours, but you know, that all depends on you. It's just like Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, where people said it was like 6 to 8 hours and it wasn't a long game. That all depends on you and what you want to. If you truly want to take everything out of this game and not be linear about it, you will get hours and hours of much more content. Like everything we described was something that we probably would never have gotten if we just had literally just gone through the entire game without exploring. Because like when we probably added like extra hours, plus there's the redos and like the other routes and extra stories, and there's just so much extra stuff built into that people I feel like have just ignored and just thought, oh, that's the game.
You can't do this game justice in just one podcast, and we probably could never do it. You're just gonna have to play the game yourself.
Yeah,
and then just make your own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You may think it's shit, by the way. I think it's a great fucking game. For
people who have like played the game and
again, $10, 6 hours. It's easy to get. Your computer can run it. Super easy. Exactly. Just go get it.
And people who have played it, and please leave comments for people who have, and like leave your own like cute little tidbits of why you love this game. Do it. Do it. No, that could be all shut up on your asses. But yeah, I feel like the game, though it may look primitive, has some awesome gameplay, has some awesome story and underlying tones that must be respected.
It's a great callback to the past.
Definitely.
I sound like a person like on the front of magazines. It's like, I would eat a cheeseburger with this game.
And let's end it off. I'll say some in the podcast games. If you really enjoyed Undertale and you want some other games that are similar, like just either they're strange or very abstract and make you pause and think about some stuff, of course, let's go with the obvious Earthbound and Mother that was an inspiration to this game.
It's on the NES. It's an old Nintendo game, just in case no one knows what it is.
It's being brought back to the Wii U, if you own a Wii U.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, being brought back as the...
Is there going to be, like, graphical upgrades, or is it going to be, like, the same?
4K, Earthbound.
It's, like, super realistic.
The pixels!
It's like the most. Oh, okay, sorry.
Like hundreds of cases of people's heads exploding from this awesome gameplay. That's so good looking. Off is I think it was made by French people.
Yeah, it's probably made 100% by French people.
Very interesting concept and story, and has a similar art style to Undertale.
I think it's a little lesser. Then again, I didn't play the whole game.
It's definitely.
And I was forced to.
It's very. It falls more in the category of very abstract and very ominous, I would say. Other game that's
it has a huge decaying tone to it all.
Yes,
it's very unsettling.
It's a little more darker overall. It doesn't. You sure there's like. Also, you can. Yume Nikki came out a while back.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, we'll play it. I think it's free. Oh, and this is a very. I know this is off topic. It's not like Undertale at all. But we're gonna probably play Ao Oni at some point.
Ao Oni?
It is a very simple RPG Maker game. That's a horror game, and you'll be playing it. It's very easy.
That's the sound of a rocket ship leaving the Earth.
There are multiple
like my desires.
There are multiple sequels. But yeah, those are the games that you really enjoy Undertale, you could also really enjoy. And if you really wanted something else from Toby Fox and you just can't wait for another product from him, he did make my head a little bit, sorry. He did make a fan game off of Earthbound that is his own story, and it's basically like a Halloween hack, and it's had a lot of stuff that inspired Undertale and was later used in Undertale. So if you really want to see some more things that were rooted as the inspiration and the predecessor of Undertale, then definitely check that out and play that. And
what's it called?
Do
you know?
It's on the Earthbound website, I think.
Oh, they have a website?
It's like the Earthbound wiki and whatnot. I think it's on there. I think I was checking. You can download it off of there.
Do you need like a capture card or whatever?
I mean, no, it's PC.
Oh, okay.
It's PC, so we'll be fine.
Oh, the capture cards are hard to get.
So we'll and podcasts, things we'll be doing on the channel. We're gonna be uploading, hopefully, a few one-ups if our recording thing works out. If not, I'm gonna go.
We're having some issues, or we're not.
Whenever we record,
we do.
I think we might need to upgrade Dylan's computer a little bit.
You mean a lot?
Yeah.
You mean like a time machine?
Along with that, we're gonna be uploading a little bit of KOTOR. Yeah, we're doing the KOTOR Let's Play.
We're gonna get off of Terrace, and I can stop killing mice.
Might do a little mini podcast highlight reel on that. Yeah, we're trying to think of what we want to do with that because it's gonna be very long. I feel like on that planet, just for the beginning, and we're probably just gonna make a few like highlight compilation videos of that. And then
I think it'll be a lot easier to edit if fucking things do go wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, minus the whole time shit that we'll be doing
a few videos with Christian, actually, and it's gonna be trading off with Christian. And Christian and I are gonna do 1 or 2 videos, and Dylan's gonna do 1 major video with Christian later this week.
A major video?
Yeah. Necropora Volume 2.
Oh, really?
Version.
Oh. Are we really doing that together?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if we're gonna do that. Oh, we might do Necropora. We might.
What's so bad about it? Other than that, there's basically no plot, and it's just a movie.
It's good.
There's a plot. Do you have any decision making? I think you said no. You don't.
You just read it. But the graphics look amazing.
Oh, come on.
Come on, dude.
Them titty meats look really tasty.
Come on, it looks good. No, fuck you. Anyway, this is Intellectual Beast and Rapid Raybit, also known as Brian and Dylan. You don't need to call us that. If you do, then...
You can call us whatever you want to call us, unless it's something stupid.
If you think too many people are named Brian, then simply call me Beast. That works just fine. Same number of letters, and it still starts with B. That's perfectly fine. I don't know if you know me. You guys should call Dylan Pierce. Mr. Pierce.
Nope.
It is cool, though. Snowpiercer! Oh, your name is close to the movie Snowpiercer. Anyway.
For the record, if you try to look me up, good fucking luck. There's 1,000 people named the same name as I am.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Right,
let me show you this real quick.
It's fine. Wait, let's stop recording, please.
No, wait, stop.
Dylan, they're outside.
Oh, no. What?
They're outside.
What do you mean outside?
They're outside the house right now.
Oh.
The
anyway.
The police,
this has been the fucking Undertale podcast.
They found out that we were watching Boku no Pico.
They found our drugs.
We found our Boku no Pico.
We've been fucking thousands of anime chicks that we brought into the world. Don't ask questions.
Using the Nekopara emote engine technology.
They don't need to know any more than they have to. Quick. You gotta escape the cops. You gotta escape.
I still gotta export this.
That's it. We're signing off. We don't have a channel name. Leave in the comments if you actually leave in the comments channel name possibilities. Thank you. Goodbye.
The 3 fags.
Perfect. Oh wait, we don't need your help anymore. See ya.
Goodbye.